Hey, what's up? TJ here. I'm doing a tutorial on trance music for Ableton users. I've got a pretty simple setup. It consists of drums, bass, and synth track. So for my drums, I've loaded up Impulse and thrown in some samples already. You can use the predefined drum kit if you want. I have my samples in folders with a bass. We're not going to be using white noise today. A snare and a hi-hat. Those are the only requirements for our drums. So for this, I've lowered the volume at the beginning and increased it a little bit later. You don't have to do that, but I like it. So let's click on the first box and we'll put the bass drum at 1 and 3 and the snare at 2 and 4. This is pretty standard for most techno and trance and even Western music, although you guys probably aren't interested in that. So, let's see what we got. So let's put the hi-hats in between each one of those, and this will give us, a building block for the rest of our song. So let's start on the bass track, because that sounds fine. And I've loaded up Juno, which is in instrument rack, synths, bass. You can choose any of them. I like this one because it's really low tone. Yeah, listen to that. It's really low and pretty gritty. If we're using other instruments, it probably wouldn't be the best idea because the frequencies would clash. But since we're using 3, it's perfectly fine. So I'm going to make this eighth notes and put it to the length 2 bars and just start drawing in any notes you think sound good. You can use the scale. I'm not really. These are just notes I play mostly every day. We'll put in a little lead in at the end. I think it sounds, gives it a little bit more diversity. Yeah, so that sounds fine. So let's do the lead. And what I have is a Trance-ish, I guess that's what it's called. It's under, synths and then lead. And I have an arpeggiator and an auto filter. You can find these in MIDI effects and in audio effects, and you just drag and drop. Pretty simple. We'll be using those a little bit later. So as for now, I'm using my MIDI keyboard to help me out with these notes. If you don't have one, you can just draw them in. Right now I'm drawing them in. As you'll see, the mouse is not doing what it should be in this video. Sorry to give you guys a cashmere sweater with a hole in it, but it does the job. We'll figure it out. So yeah, that goes down, comes back up. Just messing with some of the sounds. So let's go into arrangement view and record this. Don't have to record it for very long, because what we're going to do is we're just going to take all of these and just stretch them on over. This will give us, the basics of what our song consists of. So I want the drums to start out first, and then we'll just bring in other instruments afterwards. The bass can come in, and then after the bass comes in, the synth can come in. And yeah, that looks good. So let's copy and paste these drums, and we'll do a little bit of a fill. And what we're doing is throwing in some more bass drum to this and breaking up into sections. So 4th notes to 8th notes, 16, and finally at the end 32nd notes. So I'm changing the volume, making it a little bit lower and then a little bit higher to add a bit more punch to this fill. Yeah, so throw in some snares and we're good to go. Let's copy the rest of the drum track and let's skip one bar from 8 to 9. And what we'll do is we'll throw in an audio track and put a crash sample. We'll actually put 2. Yeah? Sounds alright? Okay. So we'll put in 2 crash samples. One that's reversed, and this is pretty easy to do with most audio programs. If not, it's no big deal. But let's put one butting up right against the next, where the next drums come in. And right when the next drums do come in, let's throw a crash. I'm lowering the volume because it would be really loud otherwise. And you can add more crashes afterwards, because this part of the song is where you really want everything to come together. This would be considered maybe the chorus of the song, or the drop. So I'm actually adding in some more bass notes, just because it doesn't really matter. You can add in as many instruments as you want. Throw in vocals, and this is where it really gets fun, because you can start tweaking these sounds, reversing them, splicing them up, changing them around. It's all about your creativity now. Go crazy! Yeah. So that sounds alright, right? So right now, let's see, I'm gonna take the bottom of the master track and lower the volume at the end, just so it kind of fades back out. And we can start messing with this filter. This will really give us, some more anticipation for the whole track. So that right there is a low pass filter, and it does wonders. Let's also try out this arpeggiator, set on breaking up the sounds in 16 notes. So that really, fulfills the entire track. Makes it so much more diverse. I like it. So that's about it.